You know, forming a business can offer some pretty crazy advantages that you wouldn't normally get when you're just working for yourself. There's a lot of pretty stupid ways you can reduce costs and at the end of the day have more money in your pocket without actually changing the amount of work you're doing. And the absolute strongest one of these, I think, is depreciation. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm by no means a financial expert. I'm not a CPA, I'm not a bookkeeper. All I have is a little bit of college education in the matter. As always with YouTube advice, seek a professional. Go a little bit further. With that out of the way, I want to talk about what is depreciation. Depreciation is reducing the value of an asset over its life. So why are you doing this? Well, for one, there's a lot of wear and tear on physical assets. These are what you'd usually depreciate, as well as change in price as things get older, right? You're not going to pay the same price for a computer system that's 10 years old because newer, better stuff has come out at the same price point. Fundamentally, art requires tools, and it's very different supplies as opposed to plant assets, which are, I guess the best example I could give you as an artist is if you're a digital artist and you used a high-end computer, let's say like $2,000, and that's what you do your work on. Now, working traditionally, most of what you're going to buy is going to be supplies. And most of these are lower ticket items, right? They don't cost that much. There's really no point in keeping track of super small items to depreciate. However, if you're working digitally, this is where a lot of the items you use can actually get depreciated. For instance, let's say you draw on an iPad, right? If you actually have a business that owns that iPad as an asset, that could get depreciated over time. And what is the point of depreciating it? Well, similar to supplies getting used up, depreciation in and of itself is an expense. And in accounting, the name of the game is lowering your net income. The way you do this is by properly recognizing all the expenses you take in, not just the ones that deal with money specifically. All right, so why are you doing this? What is the point? Well, it's basically a free money glitch. And the funny thing about electronics, and this is true for cars as well, is that they depreciate fast, right? Let's take the last generation highest SKU for consumer processors by Intel, the 12900K, right? This retailed originally for $650-ish. In the roughly 1.5 years since it's released, it's dropped down to $400 on Amazon. That's a $250 depreciation in 1.5 years, right? That's almost 1/3 of the value gone just like that. For an entire computer system, it's not unreasonable to think it would lose 20 to 50% of its value within 1 year of coming out, right? That's just usually how it goes with electronics because Moore's law exists. Now, the scenario I think most people find themselves in is that they're a hybrid artist, right? They use digital mediums as well as traditional mediums. And the crazy thing is, you could write off the supplies you use as the next supplies expense, as well as the depreciation on the computer hardware you use, and both of this are going to be expenses lowering your net income. Oh, you have to buy expensive paint, canvas, and brushes for a commission you're doing, and then you're posting that online and editing it in Photoshop. All of that are expenses that you can recognize, which is going to lower your net income. The reason why this works for businesses and not individuals I explained in this video right here. But effectively, it's the difference in when you actually pay taxes as a business versus an individual and when the money comes in. Do you also film time lapses of you making your art? Well, guess what? Now you can put the camera or the phone you film on as an asset and depreciate that over time. So the unfortunate thing about this is accounting services cost money. Now, you could either do this yourself or have a professional do it. However, if you're not doing this scale required to make it profitable for you to hire an accountant and to form a business and do all these things, it's really not worthwhile. Life is all about marginal costs and marginal benefits. I wish nothing but success for each and every one of you. However, it's just a fact of the reality that if you're not doing enough scale, this might not be the most applicable for you. However, just because this knowledge isn't useful right now, in the future, I'm sure each and every one of you will be successful in your own way. You could probably gain from this knowledge. That's the quick talk for today. If you guys like the video, do the 3 YouTube things. I shouldn't even have to say what they are, but like, comment, subscribe, do all of these. And while you're here, feel free to check out either of these videos. Goodbye.